Hey guys, what's up? It's Monkey. I'm back for another video. In today's video, we will be continuing the first what if I ever did on my channel. What if Goten was in the future? This what if is all about Goten, and it looks at what may have happened in the story had Goten actually been born before Goku caught the heart virus in the future timeline. And there are some major changes to this story. In the last part, we saw what happened in Resurrection F and the Universe 6 tournament, and in this part we will be looking at the Zamasu saga. But before we do get into this video, make sure you do leave a like and subscribe with post notifications on so you don't miss any uploads, and make sure you do go join my Discord server, which is linked down below. But with that being said, I don't think we should waste any more time. It's been so long since the last part, so let's get right into it. So now I want to take a look at the characters, their more personal lives per se. Obviously, since the Universe 6 tournament, a lot has happened. Goten isn't living with Goku or Chi-Chi anymore. He's actually been living in his own downtown apartment. He's at the ripe age of roughly 25 to 26, and Trunks is also around this age. Trunks and Mai have a growing relationship, with Trunks staying at Capsule Corp. Now, Goten and Trunks do actually spend the majority of their time training with Whis, but when they do visit Earth, that is where they stay. Goten has gotten a real love for fighting recently, and he's been enjoying his life in the city. But Goten is also a ladies' man, as seen in GT, and so Goten does like to be a bit more social every now and then, and in this what if I have decided to make a minor retcon for Eraser. Yes, Eraser is one of the students at Orange Star High School in the original, but in this timeline, due to various events with the androids, she is actually born a lot later. Yeah, around 9 years later. Her parents don't have kids till much later, and it's because of this her age is roughly the same as Goten's. And Goten, who loves to be social and go out to meet people, meets her. From there, they sort of get something going where they go out on dates, and to be honest, this just makes Goten really happy. He's happy to be, being social, and he's happy to be with this girl. He quite enjoys it, and it's kind of like his own little hobby. The two do get into a relationship eventually, and Eraser is quite shocked to find out how powerful he really is, but she kind of doesn't mind it. I think since Videl was able to adapt to it, I think Eraser would be able to too. She does, however, get a bit annoyed when he kind of just goes to Beerus' planet for months, but she gets used to it very quickly. And she also does meet Chi-Chi, which is pretty embarrassing for Goten. Goten trains with Goku and Gohan, as well as obviously Trunks, and Gohan does light training just to try and stay active. He actually does have really good control over Super Saiyan 3 at this point. Goku and Vegeta do get quite bored of just training together on Earth, so they do often join Goten and Trunks to train with Whis, but only occasionally, which actually leads to Vegeta achieving a new form, and Goku also going back and achieving one of the forms he had previously had against Beerus. Gohan is living with Videl while raising his daughter Pan. He has also been pursuing the life of a scholar, since after dealing with the androids and the accidental revival of Majin Buu, he now kind of just wants to chill out, live a quiet life with his wife, but he will fight if he has to. He's not going to slack off like Gohan in Super. Piccolo is basically doing what he did in Canon, and Android 16 is a park ranger, just like Android 17, he's still doing his job. In Super, he's still doing his job just like in Super. Tien still opens his dojo, and since Krillin isn't with Android 18, he actually trains a lot. He sort of continues the Turtle Hermit way with his buddy Yamcha. Yeah, sorry, looks like Krillin will be staying single in this what if, and yeah, that's the life everyone has been living, but someone is about to disrupt it. Zamasu, the apprentice Kai from Universe 10. He is infuriated after having watched the Universe 6 tournament on GodTube. He has decided to carry out his Zero Mortals plan, but he is even more angrier with, surprisingly, the gods. The GODs have slacked on their job and are lazy, as well as incompetent. That much has been made clear with the fight between Beerus and Champa in the last part. He could not believe how powerful they were, but what he was even more shocked by was how they were behaving. Beerus biting Champa, their rowdy-like fighting, it was absolutely appalling. He would not stand for it. The gods of destruction didn't want to do their jobs, but he would get as strong as possible by stealing their bodies. The gods of destruction didn't want to do their jobs, so he would. He would bring balance. He would get as strong as possible by stealing their bodies. And who better than the supposed strongest god of destruction, Beerus. He was known for sleeping on the job and being just overall lazy, but his power was intense. Just what Zamasu needed to perform his Zero Mortals plan to make his perfect version of the universe. So from here, things go the same as the original, with Zamasu summoning Super Shenron and making the wish just like in the original. He laughs maniacally as his body begins to tingle. It is swapped with not Goku, but Beerus, now possessing one of the greatest strengths in the entire multiverse. He will kill every single mortal, and he will kill all those complacent, lazy gods. And what better place to start than Beerus' own universe? He knows exactly where to go. Earth, the place where the mortals mock the gods by using God Ki. He can't believe the mortals would actually be able to achieve such strengths. It is nothing but a mockery. So with that, he makes his way to Earth, beginning the Zero Mortals plan. Meanwhile, on Beerus' planet, everybody is extremely confused. Beerus has now taken on the appearance of a green man, and he is quite confused. The Supreme Kai teleports in with the Kai Kai and tells everyone that someone is attacking Earth. Goten and Trunks are shocked and immediately ask Whis to take them there. This must be connected to Beerus losing his body, to which he agrees. Meanwhile, Shin and Kambito will try and go and warn the other gods of the universes that what's been going on with, obviously, Beerus. Back on Earth, we see Beerus Black land in an absolutely desolate city. The power of a god of destruction is incredible. He was able to wipe out all those mortals without even trying. He laughs as his aura explodes around him, the entire earth shaking, and this alerts many people. The person who was closest nearby is surprisingly actually Android 16, and so he arrives. He is shocked to see none other than Beerus. He doesn't understand. Why would Beerus do this? Before he can even react though, Beerus Black sees him and quickly teleports in front of him, swatting him to the ground like a fly. 16 quickly recovers and shoots back up, ready to fight. Now, 16 begins to use multiple ki blasts, and he begins to land multiple kicks and punches, which all do deal damage, but Beerus Black kind of just ignores it. He kind of just chuckles at him as he grabs him by the head, then flinging him into a nearby building. Yeah, 16's attacks are basically ineffective against him, but 16 does quickly recover and tries to fire a rocket punch, his arms flying off, landing a direct hit to Beerus Black, which doesn't seem to really faze him. 16 is just outmatched. He powers up as he flies towards Beerus Black, going in for another attack, a punch. But in the face of the power of a god, this man-made creation is utterly useless. 16 does try to, use his strongest blast where he takes off both his arms and uses that cannon blast. But even when firing that beam, Beerus Black is only mildly damaged and quickly recovers. 16 now falls to the ground, coughing. But just then, a Destructo Disc flies in. Beerus Black is able to easily catch it, destroying it. Then turning his head, we see Krillin. But not only Krillin, Yamcha, the strongest character there is. Obviously, there's TN2 and Chaozu. But who cares? We have Yamcha. Anyway, so Beerus Black fires an energy blast which defeats them all. So much for Yamcha. Krillin does manage, however, to somewhat avoid it, and he does try to, help 16 because he's kind of like been bashed up. But yeah, one good hit from Beerus Black and Krillin is more than finished. Beerus Black is a bit confused. These are not the people he saw on GodTube at the Universe 6 tournament. Where are the people who possessed God Ki? Well, he's sure they'll show themselves soon. And speak of the devil, we hear somebody. Yeah, we hear somebody yell, Masenko! The beam hits Beerus Black clean on, but it doesn't do anything. There we see Super Saiyan Gohan and Piccolo, who are both extremely confused. Gohan asks Beerus what he's doing, but upon sensing his ki, he can immediately tell something is off. Something is strange. Beerus Black has only destroyed a few cities, but Gohan can already tell he's by far the most dangerous threat they've ever faced. Gohan doesn't hold back. He begins to power up as lightning crackles around him. He smirks as he begins to scream loudly as the Super Saiyan aura around him explodes. His ki begins to burst and the entire city begins to shake. Beerus Black chuckles. Finally, someone who can give me a worthy challenge. Show me what you have, mortal! Gohan's hair begins to grow as his scream gets slightly louder than before. Everything goes silent, however, as Gohan's hair continues to grow. He reveals his power. This is Super Saiyan 3 Gohan. He gets in a battle stance and Gohan has clearly gotten a lot stronger since his last fight. He has been keeping up with his training, and Piccolo now also readies himself, tossing his cape away. Both of them launch themselves at Beerus Black, who slightly does flinch at this. Gohan and Piccolo now begin their battle. They have a clear sense of great teamwork. Gohan makes good use of his Yardratian techniques, and this does give him deja vu, as he fought Beerus on Yardrat, as we all know. But in any case, he doesn't hold anything back. The previous huge stamina drain on Super Saiyan 3 is now gone due to him training, which means Gohan can stay in this form for the same time as any old normal form. Now, Gohan and Piccolo are actually able to keep up, but once Beerus Black starts picking up the pace, yeah, that all goes out the window. They start getting pummeled and are struggling. They, however, do have a plan. Gohan now begins fighting Beerus Black on his own, with Beerus Black even revealing a sort of keyblade on his hand, which he can form. This, along with his destroyer abilities, make a deadly combo. Gohan isn't trying to win the fight, more so just stall for time. Gohan now, however, begins to form hundreds of clones of himself, which all distract Beerus Black. Before he realizes it though, one of the clones actually grabs onto him, holding him with all his might. Before Beerus Black even realizes it, Piccolo appears and yells, "Special Beam Cannon!" The drill-like beam soars head-on towards him. Beerus Black bursts his aura, breaking free of the clone's grasp, and then slaps the blast away, shocking Piccolo. He then shoots towards Piccolo, stabbing him in the chest, causing him to vomit out blood. Piccolo stumbles back, now falling to the ground as blood seeps from his body as he stumbles, coughing. But before Black realizes it, an enraged Gohan lands a full power kick to his head, sending him flying. Gohan flies after him as their battle now continues. Beerus Black, however, is an overwhelming force, and in the face of this, he is defeated. The Earth is now doomed. There's nobody to save it. Well, of course, there is still Vegeta and Goku, who both arrive now in their new forms, Super Saiyan God. Training with Whis allowed both of them to unlock God Ki. Now, they didn't unlock Super Saiyan Blue like Goten and Trunks, but they did both tap into the power of Super Saiyan God. They aren't actually trying to achieve Super Saiyan Blue, but they're actually trying to go past their limits to achieve something a little different. Both Goku and Vegeta fly in, landing two powerful punches. They now begin working together just as they did against Frieza, and Beerus Black is infuriated. He cannot believe both these mortals are using God Ki. He will make sure to kill them both. With that, Beerus Black lands a full power kick to Vegeta, which sends him flying. Now Goku goes on the offensive and we get a rematch, Goku versus Beerus. Goku and Beerus Black have a fierce battle, and this is in a sense technically their second fight, even though it is technically Zamasu who's in Beerus' body. So Goku will make sure he's gonna win this rematch. He's been itching to fight Beerus. Goku is now much stronger than the last time they fought, and he has better control over Super Saiyan God. Vegeta does join him, however, and they do all seem relatively even. But then Beerus Black summons his Sickle of Sorrow, and the fight completely changes. He begins basically beating the shit out of them both, especially Vegeta. Goku and Vegeta, even in their Super Saiyan God forms, are not enough, but they won't give up so easily. Both Goku and Vegeta smile as they both fire their individual blasts to try and slow Beerus Black down. But just then, a huge light crashes down, and from it emerges Goten, Trunks, and Whis. Goten and Trunks look around. Goten is sad. He sees all his friends in such a bad condition on the ground, bleeding, injured, and both Goku and Vegeta slowly descend from their fight with Beerus Black. They both fall out of Super Saiyan God, exhausted, with their sons telling them they'll handle things from here. Both half-breeds powering up to Super Saiyan Blue, their father smirking. Since the Universe 6 tournament, Goten and Trunks have both been training a lot. Trunks obviously has been training so that he can stack Super Saiyan Blue on top of Ultimate without the massive stamina drain, and Goten has been getting stronger to reveal his secret technique. Trunks flies in first to fight Black, immediately pulling out his sword. They engage in a battle of blades, with both of them clashing. Black's Sickle of Sorrow is pretty powerful though, but that is when Beerus Black smiles, as he begins to summon clones of himself. These are not just clones like the ones Gohan made though, as they are all quite strong. They're like basically the same strength as Beerus Black. Gohan's clones are not the same strength as him, they're just spirit. He is completely distracted by them, and he tells Goten that it's all up to him to fight Beerus Black himself. Until he can beat these clones, Goten's all on his own. Goten chuckles as he walks forward. Whis watches him with a sort of intrigue. He looks at Goten as he begins to scream, powering up. He flies towards Beerus Black, and before Beerus Black even realizes it, he lands a full power punch that flings him to the edge of the city. Beerus Black is a bit confused as to what exactly Goten is doing, but Goten smiles as he lands another punch, which sends Beerus Black flying to a cliff. Yeah, they are now in a nearby rocky cliffside area. They both float in the sky as the sun begins to set. Goten smiles at Beerus Black. What's the matter, he says. Beerus Black's gaze intensifies as he powers up. Why did you move us here? Goten looks at him dead seriously. I'm about to use my maximum power, and I don't want my friends to see what happens. Beerus Black's eyes widen as Goten begins to scream. We are now about to witness his secret technique, which we have been building up to, which rivals Super Saiyan Blue Mystic Trunks. Goten continues to scream as a crimson-red aura bursts around him. Goten then explains the reason he never used this ability. It was because of the stress it puts on the body. If done incorrectly, this technique could cause your entire body to be torn to shreds, every muscle, every cell. Goten now begins to scream as his aura continues to explode, the red aura completely engulfing the sunset atmosphere. Goten screams at Beerus Black. He won't hold anything back. Goten screams a final roar. Kaioken! From the smoke, Goten walks out, slowly his steps creating craters as he walks, as we now see Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goten. He vanishes as he moves so fast that Beerus Black can't even see him. He appears in front of him and then lands a clean hit to his jaw, the first time Beerus Black has ever felt true pain. Goten now sends him flying into the air as he lands an onslaught of kicks and punches, which all greatly injure Black. He can't do anything as Goten beats him around with a flurry of attacks. This puts a lot of stress on his body, but it's the first time anyone has ever managed to actually hurt Beerus Black, so it's worth it in Goten's eyes. Goten screams, now charging up a Kamehameha, a final attack. It explodes upon impact. Beerus Black falls to the ground with visible injuries. He gets up, however, and looks at Goten, who's now collapsing to the ground. I will applaud you, Saiyan. It was a good effort, but not good enough. Goten falls on the ground, clenching his muscles in pure agony. However, through all the pain, he smiles. They're finally here, he says in a quiet voice. Just then, all of the gods of destruction teleport in and appear. Beerus Black is shocked. They were all notified about what happened. Well, it's okay. They all came to him, so it just makes his job that much easier. We now get a full battle with every single one of them against Beerus Black. And looking at the manga, yeah, they are generally able to fully overwhelm Beerus. Beerus Black is able to defeat some of them, but Champa and Belmont are just not having any of it. In any case, the fight continues, but suddenly Beerus Black begins to feel a strange sensation. He feels his body changing. He looks down at his hands, only to see they are now green. Beerus then appears in front of him, now in his original body. They have now gotten back to their original bodies. Zamasu now looks at him. He can't even say anything before Beerus grabs him and says one word. Hakai. Zamasu screams as his body is completely destroyed. You see, after Shin told everyone what happened, he went to Namek, and Porunga was actually able to conveniently restore the bodies, which means, yeah, the gods of destruction just had to hold him up for a little while, which they gladly decided to do since they don't exactly like Beerus, which was made clear in the manga. With this, the Beerus Black arc comes to an end, and I must say, it was a pretty good one. In the next part, we will cover the Tournament of Power, and I hope you are enjoying this what if, because it's rapidly approaching its end. But with that being said, I hope you all did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with post notifications on. As well as that, make sure you join my Discord server. But with all that said, I will see you all in my next video. Later.